Learning to code has been one of the best things I've done, but it hasn't been smooth sailing the whole time. Quite the opposite, actually. From tutorial hell to building full stack applications with real world functionality, I can safely say that I know a thing or two about programming. Well, I'm not here to show you how to learn to code, rather, I want to show you what I've done and what I've learned and some of the lessons I've learned along the way. So, as always, if you find this video valuable, like and subscribe. Starting out, I was in my school's computer science class where I learned Scratch and the different parts of the computer. Frankly, this was pretty useless, but it did light a spark inside of my heart. Through this time, I had nothing to do. It was COVID, in fact, and I was stuck in my computer all day. Bored and with nothing to do, I went searching, but found nothing, in fact, until my teacher introduced me to this website called code.org. It's essentially a little sandbox environment where students can code up little projects and they can share it with their friends. So I was intrigued. Rather than dragging blocks around, I could write text and it would do stuff. Just look at this masterpiece I made. Both players are able to move around, they're able to shoot each other, and I know they might be able to get off the map, but cut me some slack. Once I had sort of outgrown code.org, I moved to Khan Academy where I would then start building some similar things, but also learn rudimentary HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Once I had outgrown all of these, the school year was already over. I had learned so much more than the curriculum had planned out, but one thing was for certain. I was not finished. As time went on, I had now been researching and watching tutorials on this thing called JavaScript libraries and frameworks. I thought, how stupid would people be to not just use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Why would I be bothered to do something like this? I quickly discarded this and went straight to Unity and game development. I watched this guy called Brackeys. You guys might know him from somewhere. But eventually I found out that my simple Windows 10 laptop with 4 gigs of RAM could only do so much. So I had searched for something that I could actually run on my computer without burning my house down due to overheating. So I searched and came across JavaScript libraries and frameworks. Again, I thought to myself, I might as well. So I did. I first learned React and followed freecodecamp.org, WebDev Simplified, and Fireship.io, all humongous names in the programming ecosystem. I would quickly fall in love with Angular, mainly because of how simple it was to create global state using services and its vast ecosystem of built-in packages like Material, Routing, and Firebase. This love and passion would be short-lived thereafter, mainly because I was not learning. I was in tutorial hell. I might have exited tutorial hell around a year and a half ago, so bear with me when I say I get really passionate about this. I can safely say that there's no worse feeling than feeling stuck, hopeless, and frozen. This is a sad reality for most developers, not being able to program for themselves. This mainly started when I would go explore this technology called Xamarin, a technology based on C# meant to build on top of the .NET framework and build the model view model architecture to cross-platform developers. I would try to build something but fail completely. This was a recurring theme here. And I would search for tutorials after tutorial and nothing would help. Nothing helped. I tried again, but nothing helped. So I gave up and tried learning React and building something in that. I quickly failed. So I gave up and tried using Vue to build something and quickly failed again. Are you seeing something in common with all of these? I would quickly pick up on the technology, watch every tutorial possible, then try to build something and miserably fail in the end. If you feel like this, comment down below. It helps the algorithm. I would then try Flutter, and per usual, it would fail. Here's a list of every technology I tried, but failed at that time. But there's hope. Hope that one day I could conquer this and finally become the developer I was meant to be. Before I get into the resolution where the hero finally slays the dragon, captures the princess, and everything goes as planned, I want to ask you a question, an honest question, and please answer honestly. How do you think I felt for almost 2 years trying to learn and build, but not being able to do none of that? Whatever you answered is probably along the lines of, yeah, that's bad, but what about me? Well, in that moment, I felt like this was going to be forever, and it was not, by the way. What I'm trying to say is that although it might feel bad, the main thing is to stick through it and try consistently. It's easier said than done, but I've done it. So how did I do it? Well, a little before I started this YouTube channel, I was exploring my roots in Angular, building something, and found out that I knew some stuff and solved a lot of the problems I ran into as a beginner. I asked myself, am I getting better? The quick answer is yes, I am. I then tried my hand in Swift UI and Swift and building applications in iOS and quickly found out that I could build some relatively complex features in iOS. It all just came together suddenly. I was learning and growing, and once I had started this channel, I had really fast-tracked my progress, mainly because I needed to build unique applications with cool features so I could showcase them to you guys. I would quickly build applications in Svelte, Swift, React, Firebase, Pocketbase, and so much more. I am currently learning C and C++ and a little bit of Go because I want to expand my knowledge on data structures and algorithms, but I feel confident in my skills as a web and app developer. Well, I hope you guys like this video. As always, like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any questions. See you guys in the next one.